Thank you to the Mountain View High School Band led by Mr. Pete Taves, Mrs. Kathy Van Wert, and Mr. Ward Durrett. Please stand and remove cover for the presentation of the colors by the Mountain View High School Junior ROTC, followed by the presentation of the national anthem by the senior members of the Mountain View Choir, directed by Mrs. Andrea Perrin.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good morning, parents, loved ones, families, and friends. Thank you for celebrating these graduates with us today. I am Jane Harmon, proud principal of Mountain View High School. It is my honor It is my true honor to welcome you to the Mountain View High School commencement exercises for the class of 2023. Parents and guardians, we thank you for allowing us the privilege to work with these students each day. Parents, loved ones, and guardians here today, will you please stand and be recognized for the love and commitment to the success of these students? Thank you to the honored guests on the stage today who will stand to be recognized. We are glad that you are here to celebrate with us. Thompson School District Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Melissa Schneider. Chief Technology Officer, Kelly Sane. Student Support Services Executive Director, Charlie Carter. Executive Director of Secondary Education, Theo Robeson. Thompson School District Board of Education President, Barbara Cruz. Vice President, Dawn Kirk. Members, Amy Doran, Nancy Rumfeld, and Dr. Alexandra Lessam. And to my team, our building leadership team, Athletic and Activities Director and Assistant Principal, Mr. Chris Stein. Assistant Principal, Mrs. Mary Lane. Assistant Principal, Dr. Dan Cowgill. And Dean of Students, Mr. Todd Clark. Teachers, counselors, and Mountain View High School staff, please stand to be recognized. It is with great pride that I thank these deserving professionals whose tireless efforts help these graduates through their 4 years of high school. To the teachers, counselors, and staff of Mountain View High School, truly, it is a great day to be a... One last group. This day doesn't make it here without the efforts of Leah Howard, Lindsay at Jostens and her team, Susie Haas, Serena Ramos, and Erica Grease, who make everything happen. Thank you. All right, we got that all out of the way, and now it's all about you. Graduates, we are proud to celebrate your successes today. The class of 2023 has submitted a total of $3.04 million in scholarship awards this year. Introducing our graduates who have achieved great honors will be the Mountain View administrative team members. Please welcome Mr. Chris Stein.
Good morning. We would like to take a moment to thank members of our student body who have accepted the challenge of serving our country. These students are wearing a red, white, and blue cord. Graduates, please stand if you have chosen to enlist in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Active, Reserve, and Advanced. Please remain standing as members of our audience who are currently serving or have served in the United States Armed Forces join you in standing. We thank you for your service, dedication, and sacrifice. Please welcome Dr. Dan Cowgill.
Good morning. If you are in the top 10% of the graduating class, please stand to be recognized. The top 10% of graduates can be identified by the purple, black, and silver cords they are wearing. These graduates achieve this honor by hard work, perseverance, and commitment to academic excellence. Please be seated. If you are a member of the National Honor Society, please stand to be recognized. National Honor Society members can be identified by the blue and gold cords they are wearing. These graduates maintained a 3.6 or higher grade point average, logged at least 36 hours of community service, and modeled leadership, service, scholarship, and character during their time at Mountain View. Please be seated. Please welcome Mrs. Mary Lane.
Will all LISA graduates please stand to be recognized? Graduates who have met the requirements to receive a LISA diploma are wearing a white cord. LISA is an arts-integrated program designed to develop talent and encourage the pursuit of excellence in the fields of visual and performing arts. Enhanced learning through rigorous curriculum and differentiated learning is encouraged through the required 27 credits, a minimum of 40 hours of volunteer service, 40 hours of school-sponsored activities, and 20 hours of cultural events. Please be seated. If you have earned the seal of biliteracy, please stand to be recognized. The Seal of Biliteracy recognizes graduating seniors who have demonstrated proficiency in interpersonal, interpretive, and presentation on modes in English and another language. These graduates are wearing a purple cord today. Please be seated. Please welcome Mr. Todd Clark.
Graduates wearing TCC cords, please stand to be recognized. Blue and green Thompson Career Campus post-secondary workforce readiness cords are worn today by students who have obtained an industry-recognized certification this academic year, are known to be transitioning into a post-secondary training opportunity aligned to their pathway at TCC, or who have secured a career opportunity aligned to their pathway at TCC. Thank you. You may be seated. Students wearing black stoles, please stand. These students are eligible to receive one of the following honor titles based on weighted GPA, regardless of diploma type. First, we ask students who have earned a weighted grade point average of 3.70 to 3.84 to stand to be recognized as cum laude. Congratulations. And you may be seated. Students wearing silver stoles, please stand. These students who have earned a weighted grade point average of 3.85 through 3.99 stand to be recognized as magna cum laude. Again, congratulations, and you may be seated. Students wearing purple stoles, please stand. These students who have earned a weighted grade point average of 4.0 and above stand to be recognized as summa cum laude. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Considering a combination of cumulative grade point average, both weighted and unweighted, the number of total classes, college and advanced placement classes, one special graduate today is awarded the distinction of being our valedictorian, and one special graduate will be our salutatorian. Our valedictorian, Andrea Coley, is a kind, sincere, and genuine person. As teacher Mrs. Knowles states, she is a student who cares deeply about learning and achieving her best. According to teacher Mrs. Anderton, Andy immediately impressed her with a consistent dedication to excellence. And although she is quiet by nature, she has sought out leadership opportunities as a link leader and a freshman seminar leader. In this realm, Mr. Barron states that she is a compassionate friend to everyone around her and that she exudes our school motto of pride. Congratulations on being our class of 2023 valedictorian, Andrea Coley. Mason Brashears, our salutatorian, is a quiet leader who leads by example. Mrs. Mueller says she is humble and understands the importance of setting goals and working to accomplish them with little fanfare. Mrs. Atrash's accolades include that Mason is a seeker, a thinker, and a young woman who is already making the world a better place. She also notes that Mason is one of the kindest, most compassionate, and hardest working students that she has had the pleasure of teaching. Mr. Vasa sums it up by saying that Mason's quiet confidence and smile fills every room with energy. Congratulations for being the Mountain View class of 2023. Salutatorian goes to Mason Brashears. I was wondering if you folks were awake out there yet. We should have this at 8:30 every time. You're really subdued, but we can cheer here. All right, 2 additional students whom we honored yesterday at the Senior Awards Luncheon are our recipients of the Sue E. Wall Award. This is a special honor as it is named for the first principal of Mountain View High School and because nominations and selections are made entirely by the Mountain View staff. Please stand to be recognized. Congratulations to Maya Lopez-Fink and Lucas Frecking, our Sue E. Wall Award winners. Miss Morgan Soot was selected as the student speaker for the class of 2023. She has been an active part of theater productions at Mountain View, finding an outlet for her incredible creativity and her artistic expression while participating in the LISA program. She is a student who gives back to the community and whose passion to change the world around her is apparent. She has challenged herself throughout high school. Please welcome our class speaker, Miss Morgan Soot.
Senior class of 2023. We did it. While it may be one of the most cliche sayings you could hear at a graduation, it's true. We did it. It might have not been the most normal of years, but we made a lot of memories. Through it all, it made us who we are. I always pictured high school to be like High School Musical, singing, dancing, everyone being friends, no differences between anyone. We were all equal. I was ready. Freshman year began. We were bright-eyed and ready to start a new journey. We didn't know what to expect. As the year went on, friendships changed, and we started figuring out who we really were. I don't know about you, but freshman year was terrible for me. I didn't know who I was or where I fit in. I remember thinking that there is no way in 4 years I'm gonna know what I want to do with the rest of my life. I couldn't find my purpose. People kept telling me I had time to figure it all out before I graduate. But 4 years isn't a lot, especially when high school gets shortened. As said by Troy Bolton from High School Musical, we are all in this together. COVID-19, something we wish we could forget about. It was supposed to be an extended spring break, and we never finished our freshman year. Who would have thought that one of our high school years would be online? In Legally Blonde, Elle Woods said, "You must always have faith in people, and most importantly, you must always have faith in yourself." We were in a pandemic, and we had to have faith that everything would be okay. Sophomore year began. Online for the first semester. We didn't have contact with anyone. I was seeing kids in my online classes I've never seen before. Returning second semester as A and B groups, we were wearing masks and rules constantly changed. We all of a sudden became juniors. We were in person, back in classes for the first time in years. Everything was going to return to normal, and high school was going to continue as it always should have been. We started growing up, and we started to find out who we really were. Sort of. New friends came, and old friends left. New memories created. We were supposedly in the hardest year of our life, taking tougher classes and having the SAT. Junior year was the year where we tried to bring back all the things we had lost. Our junior year flew by, reminding me of Ferris Bueller's line. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Finally, we start our final year of high school. We're seniors, the year we become adults and go into the real world. Every day for 2 months was about applying for college, applying for scholarships, and for some of us, just figuring out what we wanted to do in the future. No matter what, each and every one of us has to figure out what path we take and go for it. It finally became 2023. The actual year we graduate is here, and the day that everyone has been preparing us for. As Gusteau from Ratatouille says, if you focus on what you left behind, you will never be able to see what lies ahead. Life is like a video game. The first 12 years of school teach us the rules, how to play the game, and how the controls work. Once we graduate, we level up and enter the real game world and have the controls of life in our hands. So I leave you with this. Friends come and go. Relationships come and go. Nothing is forever. I want you to look at all the people around you. Do you see them? Those are the people that made you who you are. Those are the people that you spent 4 years of your life, and some of you even longer. Those are the people that won't be forgotten, because in the future, you will someday say this: when I was in high school, and then you will go on and tell some story from when you were in high school. So many things you do in the future will often come back to these moments in high school, even if some of them you don't want to. These people that sit around you today are the people that shaped who you are. So take a moment and take all of this in, because until this graduation is over and you walk out of these doors, you are still a senior. Once you walk out, the teachers you had and the people watching, no matter who they are, will release you into the world. It is your time to take on the world. You will find a purpose, and for some of you, you already have found your purpose. For others, your journey towards a purpose is just beginning. But know that everyone here is a part of that journey, because everyone around you right now are the people that will never be forgotten. They are the people that made us who we are. Gwen Stacy said this best in Spider-Man 2, when she said, "I know it feels like we're saying goodbye, but we will carry a piece of each other into everything that we do next, to remind us of who we are and of who we're meant to be." Thank you.
Next up is a woman whose outstanding personal career as a teacher in Thompson School District led her to a life of service. She serves our community, devoting countless hours to ensure that our schools are places about which we may be proud. Please welcome our Thompson School District Board President, Mrs. Barb Cruz.
Good morning. Before I begin Dr. Schaefer's remarks, I want to celebrate and acknowledge Jane Harmon. Her years of service as the principal of Mountain View High School have provided strong leadership for both students and faculty, amazing support to other leaders in the district, and enthusiasm that has impacted the district as a whole. Jane, you are so appreciated, and we will miss you. Greeting Mountain View High School class of 2023. I am so pleased to provide you with a few brief words from Dr. Schaefer this morning at this very exciting time in your life. Speaking of time, I would like to open my speech by providing some lyrics from a song way back in the 1960s. The Chambers Brothers, Time Has Come Today. Time has come today. Young hearts can go their way. Can't put it off another day. I don't care what others say. They say we don't listen anyway. Time has come today. For you, this graduation has come today, right now. This graduation is also a special time with all of this pomp and circumstance, pageantry, ceremony, grandeur, where we recognize and celebrate each and every one of you for your accomplishments, your achievements, and your perseverance as you emerge from one phase of your life to the next. This time is about you. As a community, we are taking the time to rejoice and celebrate you. Graduations are truly a time to give you a deeply personal acknowledgement of what you have just achieved. It's important. You should be proud of this, and you should be recognized in this official ceremony and reminded that you are valued and you are incredible. So congratulations. Sitting among you in this group are musicians, singers, artists, builders, programmers and engineers, JROTC members, scholars, athletes, and dreamers. The Mountain View High School class of 2023 has certainly used your time as a way to experience this school year with agility, perseverance, finesse, and excellence. We are so very proud of you, and we congratulate you. As a group, you make up nearly 294 graduates of Mountain View High School. As an individual, what matters is the personal journey that has led you to be sitting here today. Each one of you have accumulated experiences, stories that have helped to define and shape the person you are so far. You have learned much through your classes, your activities, and your interactions with your peers. Your family and friends have also played a major role in who you are so far today. These experiences and interactions, some happy and joyful, and others more somber and serious, are all part of the fabric and tapestry that makes up who you are as an individual. Over the coming minutes, hours, days, weeks, and months, you will continue to reflect and weigh options and decisions that lie before you. For some, this may mean embarking on a collegiate experience, while for others it may mean entering the workforce or joining the military. Others even seek to pause and take more time to consider next best options and future steps. No matter what you choose, know that as a community of family and friends, we stand with you and we support you. Your individual future is not defined. Although you have taken this time over these last 13 or 14 years of your life, from pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, to take those initial steps into your future that begin to lay the groundwork of what lies ahead for you. The frenetic pace of high school will soon take a brief pause, but only for a moment, to be replaced by new sets of challenges, obligations, commitments, and engagements. This is exciting, and this may also feel daunting. Your future is very bright, and you will have agency, choice, and voice, and even the time to head into the direction that you choose. This is important. Please know that the decisions you make will continue to make over time will help you define your future. Draw upon your experiences, your interactions, your stories, and your learning. Don't merely sit on the sidelines and be a casual observer as time passes by, but recognize that you have the power, the triumph to overcome, achieve, and persevere. You are unique, and you are capable of limitless possibilities. The impact that you will make in this world is because of who you are as an individual and what you are capable of achieving. So be sure you spend your time wisely, not only in this moment of time in your life, but also in the exciting time that lies before you. My message to you today is simply congratulations. We're proud of you and proud of your accomplishments today. I also hope that you will take your talents, skills, gifts, and passions and make a difference in your world. Whether you choose to remain in our community or you branch out and join a community somewhere else, we wish for you the very best. On behalf of the 7-member elected Thompson School Board of Education, our 2,700 employees, and nearly 15,000 students, and our entire community, congratulations, class of 2023. You made it. Now make something special and spend your time wisely as you make a difference as we send you out into the world. We have so much confidence in you as an individual. Enjoy this time and all the time that lies before you. Congratulations.
If you will indulge, I'd like to go off script a moment. Thank you, Mrs. Cruz and Dr. Schaefer, for your kind words. But please know that Mountain View High School has given me far more than I have ever given it. It is my pleasure to have served, but I have served with some other retirees who have devoted their careers to Mountain View and to education. Will my fellow retirees please stand? Dave, Bart, Kathy, Arlene, thank you. Mr. Matt Hall is a teacher of English and yearbook at Mountain View. He also serves our students as an assistant football and head track coach. Selected by the senior class as their staff speaker, please welcome Mr. Matt Hall.
Distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and most especially the MVHS class of 2023. First off, I gotta say, I was lost when trying to write this speech. One of the things that made it hard was the fact that I've already used many of my limited brain cells and ideas for previous classes in previous speeches. Another thing, though, that made it even harder was the fact that I truly love this class and I really wanted to do right by you. Your class is special, not just to me, but also in our community. You're not just special because you're told you're special either. You're special because of your collective attitudes, your character, your caring, and your fun-loving nature. You're also the first freshman seminar class. Admin, I think it's fair to say that your bold experiment, which began 4 years ago, was simply a scintillating success. But all this and all the paths that you traveled to get to this spot today were not easy. This year was not easy. Our little community lost 3 members, Meadow Sinner, Lena Pickett, and Nasir Graham. These 3 bright souls took a piece of our world with them when they left this world, and this made us all feel a little bit lost. We also felt lost when we all had our lives interrupted by COVID, then had to readjust to regularity, something that all of us still struggle with. But let's be honest, this was much harder on you, the youth of our world, who had almost 2 years, some of your most formative years, banished into some weird limbo state of online learning, sourdough bread recipes, and Tiger King. And like I said earlier, I was lost when trying to gather all these thoughts, put them down, and deliver them to you. Writer's block is real, even for English teachers. But you all know me, and you all know that if there's one thing I can do, it's ramble on and on and on. I'm going to start with a quote. We're not lost, we just don't know where we're at. This iconic line was not uttered by Aristotle or Shakespeare or Ernest Hemingway, but by my father-in-law during a camping trip he took with my son many years ago. When I was brainstorming ideas, my son, Jack, immediately said I should use this quote as the basis for my speech. Then, like any other parent, I said, "Sure, son, I'll think about it." We all know maybe really means no, though. But here I am. I ruminated on it and subsequently shot down all my other ideas and eventually came to the conclusion that this idea made perfect sense. You, like Pa and little Jack, may think you are lost. Lost in the present, with finals, thank God that's over, college and career moves looming, and trying to decide what parties to attend tonight. Be good. I mean it. Be good. Lost in the past. What happened to my childhood? I think I'm supposed to be an adult now. Pa's words, though, do carry significant meaning. They remind us that uncertainty does not equate to being lost, but rather signifies the beginning of a journey filled with infinite possibilities. You guys, think about it. You can still do or be whatever you want to be in this life. For old guys like me, this isn't an option. Yes, my level of uncertainty may be less than yours, but your uncertainty brings with it a profound hope for the future. So please, remember that. The next time you attempt to compare yourself to your cousin, who was valedictorian of her class with a 4.43 GPA and 1350 SAT score, had everything figured out at age 12, graduated from Stanford, and is now a nuclear physicist working towards fusion energy. You just go ahead and get that summer job at Shields and embrace the idea that you may not know where you're going, but you do know that as long as you put in the work, you can still be whoever you want to be. Right? Parents, we know this. Speaking of work, this uncertainty you may feel, this feeling of being lost, will only be compounded if you fail to understand the notion that you must put your nose to the grindstone. Your path is not going to just magically open up. In order for that to happen, you must make it happen. The best way to do this is to get on the right road, dedicate yourself, and work hard. Or, in Gen Z vernacular, if you want to flex and be CEO or girl boss, you can't just finesse things to hit different. You have to put yourself in position by grinding to get there. No cap. You have all, at one point or another, experienced moments of confusion and doubt. You have all questioned your paths, your passions, and your purpose. You have found yourselves at a crossroads, uncertain about which direction to take. But let me assure you that this feeling of not knowing where we're at is not a weakness. It is a testament to your courage, your curiosity, and your willingness to take on any challenge that faces you. So, to the class of 2023, I say this: embrace the uncertain future. Realize that you are not lost, but instead are a bold traveler searching out your own road. There are certainly things you can do to make the road smoother, like work hard, but ultimately, you will get there. Have faith in yourself, your convictions, and your bravery, and remember, just like a little kid and an old man lost in the woods, you too will find your way out. Thank you and congratulations.
Dr. Schneider, Cabinet members, President Cruz, and Thompson School District Board of Education members, the graduates before you have successfully completed all requirements set forth by the state of Colorado and the Thompson School District Board of Education. I hereby confer on these individuals the Mountain View High School diploma with all of the honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. To you, I present the Mountain View High School class of 2023. Graduates, please come forward.
Presented by Ms. Emily Walgast, Angel Gabriel Conches Sanchez.
Presented by Mrs. Heidi Albin, Finley Anais Ballard.
Presented by Mrs. Heather Anderton, Josiah Barton Hard.
Isabella Renee Ballesteros.
Dalton Jerome Kotchek.
Skyla Rain Bates.
Willie Lee Simmons.
Christopher David Calzada Murphy.
Kennedy Ivy Shea Star Gray.
Talia Bryn Crowley.
Presented by Mrs. Jill Hawley. Emily Ray Burr.
David Michael Ellis.
Liana Elizabeth Nanez.
Rylan Dakota England.
Michaela Angel Conches Sanchez.
Levi Alexander Lane.
Bryson David Crawford Reyes.
Benjamin Douglas Martinez.
Guillermo Soto Ibarra.
Elizabeth Laurie Panone.
Tirza Angelina Velasquez.
Carly Lillian Roberton.
Presented by Mrs. Kate Atrash. Morgan Hope Heller.
Angelina Lene Saenz Castaneda.
Emma Grace Moser.
Venice Anne Marie Sutton.
Presented by Mrs. Dusty Connell. Trey Eric Campbell.
Presented by Mr. Ryan Barron. Ashton Scott Gilbert.
Javier Arturo Carrillo.
Jandon K. Kamelamela.
James Stephen Deal.
Jacob Patrick Willits.
Keenan Michael Kaufman.
Presented by Mrs. Jennifer Bass. Jacob Edward Altmos.
Jesus Roberto Ramos Moraz.
Presented by Mr. Richard Benedict. Kennedy Lauren Jewell.
Presented by Mr. Cole Brandon. Aiden Samuel Vansel.
Presented by Mrs. Gretchen Deckers. Jaden Paul Nemeth.
Presented by Mr. Joe Ernst. Ryan Shane Connolly.
Presented by Mr. Rob Eberly.
Brisa Italy Maldonado Saldivar.
Kemper Nicholas Bamesberger.
Grace Danny Schlee.
Tegan Aubrey Clark.
Zachary Samuel Wind.
Skylar Rose Tyson.
Presented by Ms. Jill Fitzpatrick. Bailey Elizabeth Ariano.
Presented by Miss Kelly Evans. Jace Wesley Brasher.
Stephen Ashton Foster.
Marcus Israel Burris.
Leroy James J. Alvarado.
Lucky Pearl Erickson.
Callie Ann Martin.
Brooklyn Sophia Ewert.
Demetra Rose Myers.
Mackenzie Nicole Fazell.
Presented by Mr. Ryan Smith. Joshua Antonio Bustos.
Mackenzie Lee Kenny.
Gracie Marie Dufour.
Amaya Jaliza Marquez.
Jesse Lane Kingsley.
Trevor Sheffield Nisler.
Presented by Ms. Arlene Schilling. Ruby Hetsamani Aguilera.
Ava Kaylin Walker.
Alexis Patricia Balsam.
Ashley Allison Damian.
Carlos Antonio Camarillo Garcia.
Presented by Mrs. Lindsay Goldsvig. Vincent Benjamin Diaz.
Kizzy Rena Manhart.
Presented by Mr. Pete Taves. Bailey Ann Bianco.
Leanna Faye Jean Miska.
Sarah Phoenix Dorsey.
Zachary Tyler Reek.
Preston Bierce Gerwing.
Miguel Angel Villegas.
Nicholas James Haley.
Presented by Mrs. Andrea Perrin. Ellie Rose Davis.
Samuel Isaac Haley.
Elliot Mark Harrington.
Paul Jonathan Hernandez.
Callie Elise Hasland Nielsen.
Jaden Allen Kenny.
Brecken Roy Wald.
Marilyn Josephine Macrina.
Presented by Ms. Kathy Frazier. Patricia Angel Honeycutt.
Oliver Alden Oddie.
Jacqueline Leticia Mendoza.
Bradley Austin Peters.
Presented by Mr. Josh Marty. Reagan Evie Grace Birch.
Monica Jean Yee.
Joy Adelaida Malott.
Jonathan Trayvon Lassiter.
Tyson Dean Straley.
Presented by Mr. Steve Fry. Christian Thomas Denoya.
Maya Chantel Vasquez.
Malachi Andre Harrison.
Presented by Ms. Erica Grease. Brandon Chino Para.
Jake David Mueller.
Brian Chino Para.
Ethan Quentin Toller.
Jose Julian Favela.
Presented by Mr. Matt Hall.
Dakota Milani Gallegos.
Jack Mitchell Hall.
Fate Paulina Gomez.
Eleanor Lynn Adrian.
Braden Thomas Hutchison.
Tyan Mark James Archer.
Omar Gutierrez.
Caitlin Faith Biffle.
Braden David Ray Yinger.
Alexander Nicholas Blanco.
Michaela Denise Lara.
Dakota Lee Bossingham.
Aureli Alessandra Quintana Altamirano.
Gavin Matthew Carvajal.
Atiana Divine Quintana Busey.
Jovan Alexander Chacon.
Alberto Rivera Jr.
Elliot Ann Clamp.
Isaiah Xavier Small.
Naima Araya Contreras.
Presented by Mr. Kyle Ammons. Deacon Scott Ammons.
Chelsea Pace Drellinger.
Presented by Ms. Lorelei Medina. Lillian Marie Bertram.
Ryan Marie Christie Durrett.
Audrey Gwendolyn Page Wheeler.
Lucas James Frecking.
Presented by Mr. J.D. Jacob, Lane Ryan Adair.
Moise Jean Lusan Hare.
Kylene Grace Cooper.
Sierra Emily Hernandez.
Jaden Lee Roberts.
Leah Raquel Hernandez.
Peter Flynn West.
Mackenzie Marie Rose Hutchinson.
Presented by Mrs. Christy Livermore. Ethan Connor Dalton.
Anthony Ian Infante.
Daryl Carlos Kipsey.
Ryan Christopher Sechrist.
Elise Marie Olivier.
Richard Anthony Skapik Jr.
Presented by Mrs. Norma Miranda. Danye Isaiah Marshall Gillum.
Morgan Davis Rose Suit.
Jordan Marie Reimers.
Dustin Cole Taylor.
Presented by Mrs. Kimberly McKee. Abigail Shea Norman.
Peyton Joe Reckhammer.
Presented by Ms. Sereno Ramos on behalf of Julianne McMahon. Xavier Nico Aragon.
Presented by Miss Nicole Hecker.
Giovanni Nicholas Brooks.
Michael Quincy Yazzie.
Gavin Brigg Hatch.
Presented by Mr. Matt Holland.
Aiden Andrew Hurd.
Kaylee Rose Chavez.
Maya Nicole Lopez Fink.
Zaylee Marie Gonzalez.
Ethan Michael Ranker.
Cohen Joe Hadlock.
Rihanna Claire Shyloff.
Mia Jean Romero.
Madison Haley Vinding.
Presented by Mrs. Julie McDonald.
Brielle Harmony Black.
Brooke Olivia Gelling.
Presented by Mrs. Ann McManus. Tobias Aiden Atkinson.
Presented by Mrs. Melissa Harshman. Arlith Giselle Mancinas.
Barrett Rose Balzer.
Presented by Mrs. Kim Knowles. Kieran Am Wimber.
Burke Adeline Balzer.
Presented by Mr. Bart Mays. Cameron Pierce Borkert.
Talia Eve Coleman.
Brigham Charles Jocelyn.
Kat Daly.
Taylor Grace Patterson.
Felicia Catalina Duran.
Noah James Phillips.
Aiden Eugene Eshom.
Presented by Mrs. Amanda Sanders. Dominic Anthony Ayala.
Eliana Sonia Jaite.
Nora Angel Bickford.
Maddie Avery J.
Bronwyn Zan Clark.
Cassidy Elise Larkin.
J. V. Ducey.
Sequoia Brooklyn Mann.
Lila Marie Ehrlich.
Asher J. Weber.
Alana Rose Finley.
Presented by Mrs. Jen Schwab. Dominic James Aguilar Birnbaum.
Alyssa Lee Havens.
Vegas Anthony Chandler.
Ayla Nayli Hara.
Lillian Yeya Krister.
Marcus Anthony Lopez.
Parker Gibbs.
Christian Abdiel Reyes.
Lucy David Hernandez.
Thomas John Rivera Jr.
Samuel Ross Lopez Fink.
Joshua David Santos.
Zachary James Miller.
Jesse Ray Stansberry.
Natalie Mei-Ling Nelson.
Presented by Mrs. Jessica Mueller. Alexis Jade Birch.
Presented by Mr. Brian Smella. Blake Dylan Hole.
Mason Mercedes Brashears.
Presented by Ms. Morgan Storley. Jessica Chino Guerrero.
Andrea Elizabeth Coley.
Yulissa Anahi Vargas Mejia.
Jimena Navarro.
Aradia Marie Cashman.
Elizabeth Ann Martin.
Jayla Lynn Joy Haney.
Hannah Lee Owens.
Presented by Mr. Dave Thyssen. Chloe Ann Roberts.
Sarah Ruth Trowbridge.
Gabriela Velasquez Signs.
Presented by Mr. Ian Yerk. Christina Leanne Coleman.
Daniela Michelle Sanchez Pena.
Lane Allen Whitson.
Layla Maylene Anita Toronto Hills.
Presented by Miss Serena Ramos. Jacob Daniel Acosta.
Presented by Mr. Alex Whedon. Elliot Samuel Trippy.
Yarhi Alan.
William Oliver Vanderpool.
Dominic Aaron Beckstead Bragetta.
Presented by Mr. Ian Wilson. Phoenix Alexander Bruce.
Christopher Clois Brown Jr.
Jacob Michael Kramer.
Cassandra Cardoza Aratola.
Presented by James Eisbart, Chief Warrant Officer. Courtney Ray Marcantonio.
Nicholas Kyle Coakley.
Sage Nicole Pierce.
Celicia Thalia Contreras.
Xavier Alexander Villalobos.
Sierra Isabella Diaz.
Corbin Richard Shoemaker.
Marisol Rosalinda Gandadia.
Presented by Ms. Bella Olson, Aaron Katie Bischoff,
Anthony Richard Gonzalez.
Gregory Xavier Donnenfeld,
Michael Jaden Graves.
Nadia Rose Lahote Sparks,
Kane Allen Hayden.
presented by Mr. Austin Betts, Haley Shea Magram,
Dylan Christopher Hurley.
Maya Rose Tom,
Kylie Rose Kirby.
Abby Joy Plata,
Elijah Baravino, lawyer. Orlando Renee Lopez Chavez. Christopher Wesley Lovely. Esai Samuel Madrid. Daniel Ann Martin. Colton Joshua Morgan. Madeline Grace Navadomskis. Ethan Jacob Neiswinder. Connor Douglas Powell. Alexia Viviana Robles. Alyssa Joanna Robles. Dolly Marie Romero. Jasmine Marie Ruffin. Amanda Kate Rutledge. Landon Lee Senesac. Lyric Rosetta Sprague. Destiny Marie Sullivan Stofa. Noah Andrew Thompson. Brady Michael Tilton. Zachary Cooper Tinsley. Selena Beatriz Vasquez.
Graduate Elizabeth Martin. Graduate Elizabeth Martin is an outstanding student whose empathy, compassion, and hard work make her a standout among her peers. She will lead her fellow graduates in the turning of the tassels. Graduates, please rise.
To my fellow Mountain Lions, congratulations. We're all about to take the final step and complete high school, something we've been working towards for over a decade. To commemorate this moment, please join me in the timeless tradition of the turning of the tassels from right to left. Enjoy this moment, class of 23, and every moment after. You've earned it, every single one of you.
While Elizabeth gets back to her seat so that she can celebrate with you, I do just want to say, congratulations. You've heard me say it repeatedly. We are proud of you. We hope that you will go out and light the world on fire. I am proud to announce that 96%, our graduation rate this year is a 96%, the highest ever. That is due to your hard work. And so for the very last time, I say, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you the Mountain View High School graduating class of 2023. Class is dismissed.